Stay standing for our opening song.
There Please join me in prayer. Giving great thanks for this day. What a celebration. Knowing that we are here by divine appointment, that there is only one, that Spirit has incarnated itself as all life everywhere, and we have chosen to come together in this place and time to celebrate life, to celebrate Spirit, to celebrate the truth of our being, that we are Spirit in form, and to celebrate and recognize each other as that, and to all life as some part of the whole life of God. I give great thanks for this. I know it is truth. I let it be, and so it is. Are they wonderful or what? Yay! I just love you all. You're just amazing. Thank you for all of the work, the whole season. I know this is your final appearance, right? Until September. So, oh gosh, I just love you. So great. Aren't they great? They are just like so great. And James, of course, choir director, just doing a great job all the time. Happy Sunday. I was away. I left you in the good care of Marcus, our ministerial student. Wasn't he wonderful last week? Oh my God, I watched. Very good, very cool. Glad we're here. I should say, hey, y'all. Because I was in Florida. That's where I was, visiting family, and everybody's a y'all down there. You know, it's just, hey, y'all, how y'all doing? What y'all want? See, I was born and raised in New York, where it's yous. Yeah, yous. Get out of the way. Yous guys. Anyway, I'm here now, and that's what counts. I love Choir Sunday. I love it. And I just love everybody being here and celebrating together. I miss you guys. It's like when I'm away, I really miss it. Anyway, what am I supposed to tell you up here? I'm just chatting. You know what? You know what we should do? We should have a choir concert. Have we ever thought about having a choir concert? James, choir concert? Would you go? Would you come? Would you attend a choir concert? Oh my gosh. I think that would be lovely. We ought to work on that in the off season. Maybe we'll work on putting something together. Maybe we'll work on putting something together, maybe for the fall, right? For the fall. Anyway, I'm just going on and on. We have practitioners here that pray with us and for us all the time. Practitioners, please raise your hands so everybody can see who you are. Look at all these wonderful people. They are here to serve, to pray, to hold the light for us when we have temporarily forgotten it. Did you ever do that sometimes? You just forget your wholeness. You forget you're an incarnation of the divine. And then you call a practitioner, and then they pray the truth of that and restore order, I think. I mean, that's how I look at it. You know, they once said that when you're in distress, or when you are not remembering, or anything has taken you out of the holy instant, it's worthy of prayer. That came from my practitioner teacher, Billy Francis. She taught me that. So it's like being in a cardboard box, right? Being closed in a box because you can't find the truth, you can't see the truth, you can't get to the truth. And what you do when you call a practitioner is they come to your rescue and they read the instructions on how to get out of the box, because they're printed on the outside of the box. And that's what we do. We know the truth. We hold the light high so that each one of us can then change conditions around our lives. And so, get a practitioner. If you don't have one, get one on speed dial. We have a whole bunch of them here. We have a plethora of practitioners. I love that. Anyway, so get one on speed dial, so that get a relationship with one. If anything happens, if you're thrown off course some way, you call your practitioner, and they pray, and they're here. So after the celebration today, sit with one, get prayer. Our community at large, love you guys, love you all. Get some prayer. in the meet and greet room that Vision has. We have a meet and greet room online. They can go there. You can go there and get prayer. We have breakout rooms. You can get nice one-on-one prayer. It'll be wonderful. It's always wonderful when you get prayer, isn't it? Don't you feel better afterward? It restores balance. It restores harmony. So do that. What else did I want to tell you? There's other things. Before I get to that, you notice we're wearing our pride pins, right? You have them, we have them out there. Our decorations are up. We're starting our Pride Month this week, right? National Pride Month, we know, is June. We kind of feel that's the warm-up to the San Diego Pride Month, which is July, and I love that. But we're starting today for our July Pride Month, and the reason why we started today is because this is the anniversary of the Stonewall riots. It was the end of June. It was actually June 28th. And it's also called the Stonewall Uprising, or simply Stonewall. As soon as you say the word, everybody knows what we're talking about it. But it was a series of spontaneous protests in the gay community in response to a police raid that began the early hours of June 28th. So that's why we started on the last Sunday of the month. Stonewall Inn in Greenwich Village in Lower Manhattan in New York City. And the patrons of Stonewall were the village residents. Those are the people that would walk to their inn and celebrate and enjoy each other's company in Lower Manhattan. And it was a gay and lesbian bar. And the neighborhood people who supported that bar, they just rose up and fought back when the police began to be violent. The riots were widely considered the watershed event that transformed the gay liberation movement and the 20th century fight for LGBT rights in the United States. What else did I want to tell you about that? Well, you know, the police usually would come in and they would rouse the people in the 60s all the time. So tensions really grew, and that was what erupted in violence. And then what happened is it continued on to the next night, and again several nights later, and within weeks, the village residents organized an activist group demanding the right to live openly and without fear of being arrested. And the new activist organizations concentrated on public activities, and within months, 3 newspapers were established to promote rights for gay and lesbian community. So after the uprising, to mark the anniversary of June 28th, the first gay pride marches took place in Chicago, Los Angeles, New York, and San Francisco. And within a few years, gay rights organizations were founded across the United States. Today, LGBT pride events are held annually worldwide in June to honor the Stonewall riots. And that's why we're starting today, and we'll be celebrating our LGBT community all for the month of July, because that's when San Diego does it. So yay, us. That's right. And now I'm going to tell you about this. Well, I'll tell you about the guest packets. If you're new here, if you're just visiting and you'd like to know more about Vision and who we are as a community, it's in here. It's all in here. Everything you ever wanted to know is in this little tiny little packet. And it tells you everything, who we are, how we're affiliated with Centers for Spiritual Living Worldwide. We're a huge organization, and we promote the teachings of the science of mind and spirit as Ernest Holmes synthesized it. So grab yourself a guest packet. Even if you're a member, you can find out what's in there, right? Do you know what's in here? See, nobody knows. It's a secret. Get one, open it up, look through it, and give it to a friend. Then you can give it to a friend and invite somebody here. The big thing, the best thing, I love it, is the welcome on the front. So we're going to say it together. You ready? Whoever you are and wherever you are welcome here. You are safe and you are loved. Ah, I love it. So now that we said that to everybody, turn to someone next to you and welcome them in. Oh, come on, you can do this. Chatty group. You're a chatty group. I love it. Well, good. You feel welcomed. I feel welcomed, right? You're in. Yay. I'm going to turn it back to James Vandenberg, the choir director, and the choir, and we are going to sing our centering song to prepare ourselves for meditation. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Ann DiNapoli, and I'm one of the licensed practitioners here at Vision. Please take these quotes into your heart as we move into the 5-minute meditation. TK will ring the bowl. So these quotes, the first one is from the Mind Journal. The minute you realize your worth, you learn the difference between what you're getting and what you deserve. Second one is from our founder, Ernest Holmes. Here and now we're surrounded by and immersed in an infinite good. How much of this good is ours? All of it. And how much of it may we have to use? As much of it as we can embody. The memorial candle is burning today for Bob Hoover, father of Alex Hoover, friend of Vision. Bob made his transition last week. The memorial candle is also burning for Rick Middlestead, brother of Vision practitioner Donna Thomas. Rick made his transition this past week. And what I know, standing in this silence, is that there is no death. There's simply an expression, a change in the energy as it moves up into that higher expression of itself. I know that the families of Bob and Rick are comforted knowing that there is no breaking of that strand of energy, the connection we have with one another, that there is simply a change in the energy, not a loss. We know that science tells us there is no loss in energy. Energy is transformed. So we know for those families that the loving memories of those are absolutely joyful and loving, and they feel that connection. And I know there is only one thing happening ever, and it is God. I know that there is one mind, one source, one power. I know that I am that individual expression of that one mind. And knowing this for myself, I know it for everyone and everything. We are expressions of that one mind. And I know that we are so grateful for this community, that we come to remind ourselves of who we are and whose we are, and that we have access and we are accepting health and prosperity and curiosity and all the parts of God that we are. And I'm grateful for the community that allows us to see this, to know this for ourselves and for each other. We are grateful for the music, for the volunteers, for the choir, for the music every week. We are so grateful to have this community. For Reverend Patti, I know that her talk today speaks to us. Sometimes I think she lives at my house. I think we all feel that connection, that we are, if we listen, we are all experiencing life, and we can allow ourselves to experience it with love and joy and happiness and curiosity and all the good things. And so I know that for each and every one of us. And I just say thank you, thank you, thank you. And I release it knowing it's already done. And so it is.
some energy you're generating over there. I love it. So here we are at the end of our month of embracing self-care. I love that, embracing self-care. And we talked all about it this month. And today's talk is Know You're Good. Know You're Good. So you want to know what your good is, but you also want to know what your good is. Know you're good. Know you are good. Right? They're two different things, but we're gonna talk about that. So that's what I have in mind. But we know what our good is, right? Because Emma Curtis Hopkins told us how many years ago. She said, "Your good is your God. Your good is your God." That's it. Thank you, Emma. Your good is your life. Your good is your abundance. Your good is your balance. Your good is your joy. Your good is your love. Your good is all around you, all the time. Some people don't see their good, right? You know them. They don't come here. Your good is all around you all the time. Many people will see the obstacle, but they won't see the blessing, right? It depends on what you focus on. We work to focus on the good. That's our practice, to focus on the good, because the good is our God. But some people just, it doesn't come naturally, maybe. Some people, glass half full, glass half empty, that sort of thing. Optimists, pessimists, the glass is half empty, the glass is half full, but we're religious science, so what we know is we have infinite refills. The whole half thing doesn't even bother us at all. Some people just see the clouds, right? They don't see the silver linings. And Ernest Holmes he did a wonderful talk back in 1958. It was called Love, the Lodestone of Life. He said, you see, the mind is really a magnet, and we attract with what we identify with. In order to get the most out of our lives, we have to learn to change our thought patterns. And he said, of course, this is not easy. Anybody found it like a piece of cake? No, right? He said, of course, it's not easy. Our old thought patterns cling to us with great tenacity. But being thought patterns, they can be changed. So if we have a propensity to look at the negative side more than the positive, we get to teach ourselves to look at the positive side. We get to teach ourselves. This practice, even the science of mind and spirit, is about looking to the good, looking to the truth, looking to spirit as all of those qualities of God. And then we begin to see more and more of them. When we change our mind, because everything starts in consciousness, when we change our minds first, then we can start seeing it. But sometimes we were taught from an early age to be afraid of the world, to be wary of people and situations. Anybody? Dog eat dog world and, all those kinds of things we were raised with. Don't trust people, don't trust things. Never mind. Never mind. Anyway, we might be looking for the other shoe to drop. No, it was a story years and years ago when I was married to my husband. And we were doing that trust thing. The trust thing you do where it's like you fall back and, you do that thing and then you catch the person and it's like so lovely. So you're like, oh, you fall back. And so I fell back and he stepped aside real quick. And I fell on the ground. And he looked over me and he said, I've taught you a very important lesson today. Don't trust anybody. You can't trust anybody in this world. And I went, well, at least I know I can't trust you, Anyway, but there are some people like that, right? They can't, they can't try. They have been taught that. We've been taught that. We might be looking for the other shoe to drop, all the time. But when we are looking for things to go wrong, we don't see the things that go right. And that's the important part. With the qualities of God, the instances where joy, enters your life, a joyous moment, the instant where someone does something wonderful for you, just a little something trivial. We don't see those things. We don't count those things. We don't count our blessings because we're so busy looking at the negative stuff. We miss our good. And Ernest Holmes, in the same talk, he said, you can deny the statement, the negative statement. You can deny the statement and affirm the opposite. And you will soon discover that a new thought takes its place, a new reaction. You will discover that the denial of the wrong tends to cause it to disappear, while the affirmation of the positive creates a new situation. And it does. And Ernest Holmes described it, right, as the muddy beaker. You put one little positive, one little clear drop of water in the muddy beaker at a time, one little. And over time, right, the beaker clears up. We know this is the truth, that positive over time will transform our lives. It'll transform the conditions. It is important to know you're good, right? To know that it's all around you all the time, because that's the energy then that you're kind of like marinating in, the energy of good all around you. And sometimes I think, well, maybe we don't know our good because we don't know we're good, right? Do you ever beat yourself up over things? You know how that is, right? We don't recognize the good all around us in our environment because we're coming from a place where we don't really feel good about ourselves. Right? Sometimes we just don't know our good because we just don't know we're good. And so, know you're good and know you're good. There you go. Know you are good. They're two different things. And going back to that talk, Ernest Holmes said, no fear can remain where faith holds sway. For faith reunites us with the original creative spirit, the divine intelligence, the kingdom of God, the kingdom of good. And we must have faith in that something greater than we are. So even if you can't see your good, if you can't locate your good, if you can't find it, know that it exists, right? Even if you don't have the proof, you have to know it's there. You have to know it exists. And I think it's easier for us to see the good in our environment when we're coming from a place where we know ourselves as good, right? We're not sinners seeking redemption. We are not defective and broken people looking for forgiveness. Would you even be here if I stood up here every week and told you what a sinner you were and how you were going to hell? It'd be like, who wants to go to celebration and get beat up, right? We need to remember our good. Remember we are good. Remember we are gifts. We are incarnations of Spirit. Spirit sought to put us here. We are made in the image and likeness of Spirit. And Ernest Holmes said, Jesus knew, while we have a physical body, which must be in right relationship to the mind must also be in right relationship with Spirit, which can only come as good and peace and happiness and love. Jesus made heaven and earth meet. I love that. I just love that thought, that mind picture. Jesus made heaven and earth meet. He did not say heaven was reserved for you in some future day, right? After you pass. He said, no, it's here now. Look about you. Open your eyes and you will see heaven because it is here. And that's the change in our consciousness. When you begin to see the good all around you, you begin to see the good all around you. Right? And the more you feel that way, the more that you see all around you. We are whole, perfect, and complete, right? You hear that all the time. Or the practitioners pray it. We say it up here. All the time you hear whole, perfect, and complete. And some of us have difficulty accepting that. Are you one of them? I know sometimes people are like, whole, perfect, complete. No, well, nobody's perfect, But it doesn't mean flawless. What it means is lacking nothing. Lacking nothing. That's like a perfect equation or a perfect recipe, right? Lacking nothing. We have a difficult time accepting that, but we are whole, perfect, and complete. What? You think God makes junk? You think God makes a defective product? Anybody get recalled? I mean, you think Spirit does shabby work? Of course not. You are a product of the Most High. Whole, perfect, and complete. Whole. The universe is within you. There is nothing inside of you that is not across the entire universe. Your carbon atoms, your hydrogen, your oxygen, everything exists. You have the entire universe within you. You are whole. Perfect. Again, you are lacking nothing. You come with all the ingredients. All the ingredients to live a fully self-actualized life. And complete, whole, perfect, and complete. Complete. Nothing need be added. Nothing need be added because it has all been given. It has all been given to us already. And when we can accept that we are spirit in form, that we are whole, perfect, and complete, that we are really accepting it to the core of our being, it makes it so much easier to see it all around us, to see it in every other person we meet, to see it in every condition in which we find ourselves. Because we already know it and understand it about ourselves. We get to offer that to the world. Mark Twain said, a person cannot be comfortable in life without their own approval. You cannot be comfortable in life without your own approval. We have to approve of ourselves. And then it's easier to fall in love with the world, isn't it? I'm good, I just assume everybody else is. I'm happy, I assume happiness flows all around me. We approve of ourselves, it is easier to fall in love with the entire world. And then we get to be cheerleaders for each other, don't we? It's like being here. Could you imagine taking this energy and just taking it out in the world and just have it, just do all the time, just being each other's cheerleaders all the time, right? Yay, you got this, you can do it, yay. No matter what it is that you're going to do, right? You share it with a friend and they go, yay, you got this, right? As opposed to a lot of times what happens now when you share something with somebody and they go, really? Really? You got what it takes? You got the right degree? You got the right experience? Do you know the right people? Everybody wants to prepare us, right, for the inevitable downfall. Everybody wants to prepare us. Make sure you got to face reality now. Who wants to face reality? It's boring. Here's what you do when those kind-hearted people kind of try to push reality on you. When someone says to you, you can't do it twice, and then send them pictures. Right? That's what you do. When you know you're good, when you know you are good, when you know you are the good of God, you see it everywhere. You see it everywhere. And now, I don't mean to say that you will never, ever, ever experience setbacks, right? When we move from love, when we move from a desire to do something in the world, doesn't mean we're not going to have setbacks just because we have this philosophy, right? Sometimes there are setbacks. See them for what they are. Plot twist, right? That's all it is. When stuff goes wrong, when we are on our way, when we're making our steps and then something unforeseen happens, plot twist. I'll be interested to see how Spirit works this out for me. I'll be interested to see what happens now. I was doing this and then that happened. Okay, what's gonna come of that? What gift does it have in its hands? Peter Max, you remember the painter? Anybody remember those days? Peter Max said, don't worry about mistakes. Make things out of your mistakes. That's creativity. Make things out of your creativity. Do something different with it. Gee, I wonder what Spirit's up to with that, right? That thing that happened. I went, interesting. I'll be interested to see how this turns out. And then keep going. Then keep going with your bliss, with your love, with your joy, with your idea of what you want to create, right? No need to let setbacks stop us. We can take a rest, but we don't have to stop, right? And never, never, ever, 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 under any circumstances, criticize yourself. There's plenty of people out there willing to do that for you. Never, ever criticize yourself. Ernest Holmes said this on this thing called Life, put your best self forward. He said, how can the heart beat in rhythm with life when the mind is singing a hymn of hate or chanting a funeral dirge? How can the hands be steady and skillful if the mind is jumpy and timid? How can one have hope unless he has faith? Never, ever, ever beat up yourself. You have to be your own best cheerleader. You have to be your own best friend. There are enough people in the world, I got to tell you, that would be willing to criticize you and complain about what you're doing or telling you you're not doing it right or whatever. You don't really need to beat yourself up. Now, what's her name? Karita Kent said, don't belittle yourself, be big yourself. I love that. Be big yourself. Right? We must be our own cheerleaders. Know you're good. Know you're good. And know you are good. Spirit within you wants to do wonderful things. Spirit within you has already done wonderful things, hasn't it? How many times you know that thing where you do something and you step back and you go, I did that, right? You know what I'm talking about, right? Those things you create and you're like, yep, that was me. Look at that. I did that, Spirit wants to do wonderful things, big things, little things, trivial things, important things. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You are here to provide your own version of creativity your way. Nobody else can do it like you can do it. Nobody. And you're here to do those delightful things and not let people stop you and not let your own self-doubt stop you and not beat yourself up because it didn't come out right. We have a tendency to compare ourselves against the people who are experts in the field, right? Don't you do that? You paint a painting, you haven't painted in 40 years, and you decide, I think I'll start painting again. And you look at it and you're like, oh my God, it's not a Monet, it's not a Van Gogh, it's not a Renoir, And it's like, why are you comparing yourselves to people who spent their entire lives doing this? They're experts at it. You do you. You do you. Ernest Holmes said we're born, this was love, again, going back to love, the lodestone of life. He said, we are born to express life, right? We are born with an urge within us to express life, with a desire to unite the living with others, to enjoy people, to enjoy creativity. We're here to do that, do the fun stuff, We're here to create, to be creative, to let your light shine. This is the whole passage in the Bible about under the bushel thing. You don't let you don't cover it up. You don't cover it up. Live out loud. Live out loud and do your own version of whatever it is you're doing. Because no matter what, look at how many painters we have in the world. Look at how many sculptors, how many musicians, right? How many musicians, and no two play the same music exactly the same. They put their own spin on it all the time. We are here to create, to be creative, to let our light shine uniquely as only we can. And Holden Roden said, have confidence in who you are and don't be afraid to go for what you really want in life. Go for your good. Right? Go for your good. But in order to go for it, you have to know what it is. Right? You have to know what it is. So, what is your good? What is your good? My good is my God. My God is love, joy, peace, unity, all of those qualities. That's what you're going for. You're going for the experience of all of life, all of it. Ernest Holmes said, the divine urge within us is God's way of letting us know we should push forward and take what is awaiting us as our demand. If the good were not already ours, it would be impossible for us to procure it in any way. Okay? You know, I say that again? All right? If the good were not already ours, in the invisible, it would be impossible for us to procure it in any manner. So we know it is there. We know the gift has already been given. We know we already have our good. We know our good is our God. It's already there. What we need to do is affirm that's our life. Our life is good. Our life is joy. Our life is love. Our life is whatever other, adjectives you want to use. That's what we need to. It goes back to the whole perfect and complete thing, doesn't it? The gift has already been given, whole, right? Complete. It's already there. It is for us to say yes. It's for us to expand our consciousness because everything starts in consciousness. The good that we seek is already ours. It's up to us to know it, to know that we are good, and to know that we are good, right? When we look out on a world of goodness, what do? We wind up seeing goodness looking back at us. Don't you? Doesn't that happen to you a lot? When you look out on a world of good, you wind up seeing good looking back at you. We teach people how to treat us. That's a me quote. You teach people how to treat you. And when you love yourself, when you know your worth, when you know you're an outpicturing of God, then that's how you will be. That's the reflection that will come back to you. Then we live in love. We We live in love, and that's what we teach. Right? When we love ourselves, when we love our conditions, we shine love, and then love is what comes back to us. No, 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 no. K-N-O-W, no. You're precious. No, you are valuable. No, you are loving. No, you are beautiful. And when you know it for yourself, you know it for others. And then we change the world, one consciousness at a time. Know you're good. Know you're good. Thank you.
Do you know the sky?
The sky is the limit to what I can have.
Yes, I know the sky.
The sky is the limit to what I can have.
Hey, hey.
If we believe and receive it, God will perform it today.
Hey,
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 hey. If we believe and receive it, God will perform it today.
Every day, God will make a way. I'm the way. I set the
Holy moly, that was great. Okay, you're going on a hiatus after this, right? Gonna go out, lay back, have some. No more Tuesday nights, right? No more Tuesday nights for the whole summer. When do you get back together? After Labor Day. Wow. Okay. Nice time off. All right. So here's what I want you to do. I know there's no mic. Well, there is a little bit of mic. Mike. There is Mike right there. Give us your name. I just want everybody to remember who you are because you're going to be gone for a while. Tell us your name and tell us what new thing you plan on doing on your time off. Yeah, let's start with over here with Rich. Hi. He's hiding in the corner. Yes. It's Rich.
Become a better version of myself.
Mike.
I'm Mike. I would just keep on my little practitioner work and.
Practitioner work. Nice. Thank you. Marcus.
Marcus, I'm going to have a barbecue.
Ooh, yay. Can we all come? Okay, next.
And I'm Joe, and I'm going to go see an old friend in Scotland.
Woo, okay. See, this is why you need the time off. Yes.
I'm Mark. I think I'll practice my guitar again.
Ooh, yay, I love it. What's old is new again.
I'm Jerry.
Hi.
I'm going on a cruise with my sweetheart.
Yay. Yes.
I'm Elle. I'm going to spend some time in the audience.
Yay. I love it. Keep going.
I'm John, and I'm going to the Beach Boys this Saturday. And,
Woo!
I'm going to be right here. So come and see us each week.
I'm Andy, and after we get done with my wife's father's estate, then we're going to relax.
That's lovely.
I'm Tim. I'm going to my 50-year class reunion.
Woohoo! Yay. Deb, let's go over here.
I'm Debbie. I'm going to my 50th this year, too.
Yay.
I'm Greg. I'm going to write a book with my wife.
Lovely. Oh, wonderful. I look forward to reading it.
I'm Betty. I'm going to fall in love with housework.
I can help you through that.
I'm Elizabeth, and I'm going to be dancing, and I'm going to be vibing up.
Woohoo!
Hi, I'm Billy. I'm going on a honeymoon cruise with my sweetheart and publishing a book.
Yay! Wow. Okay, Hummingbird.
Okay, so I'm going to Africa to present at 2 programs in the university.
I'm Melissa, and I'm soaking up summer and enjoying life.
Nice. Thank you.
I'm Eileen. I'm going to get outside more.
Yay!
I'm Reverend Jane, and I'm going to a Silomar.
Yay! Back there in the corner.
I'm Sam, and I'll be completing some more schoolwork.
Wonderful.
Hi, I'm Reverend Lori, and I'm looking into going on a cruise and maybe learn to swim.
Yay!
I'm Janine, and Meg and I are going to take a motorhome trip to Morro Bay. I'm Catherine. I'm going to publish a book, finish publishing a book, and I'm going to work on my sculptures.
I love it. Thank you for your sharing. See, this is just a little small sample of all the creativity that's just bubbling up throughout our entire community. And James, yes, and James. Yeah. I hear you. But see, you're going to be here. They're taking a rest, but you're going to be here organizing our celebration singers, and it just keeps going on, doesn't it? I love it. I love it. Anyway, and I bet the plans that are floating around in here, too, there's lots of creativity bubbling out. And that's who and what we are, right? We are Spirit's own, and Spirit is infinitely creative, and that's it. That's what we do. We create. And right now, I'm going to create the space for conscious circulation. I would love for us to, well, let's see, just get the consciousness of giving, to the consciousness of circulation, because we know that Spirit gives and we can't outgive God, right? So we give, we stay in the in the river of God's abundance. I love that term Christy Peterson brought to our consciousness. So if you are choosing to give today, thank you. Thank you for supporting this place, this ministry, this organization, and for everything we do in here and out in the world, and transforming lives through this practical spirituality. So if you give online, I want you to be conscious of it. Bring it into your mind that you give online. If you're giving today in physical form, just put that in your hand as well as we go into prayer, knowing that there is only one. There is only God, and God is the quality of abundance and beauty and balance and peace and harmony. Unity, wholeness, all of it. And so I know that for each one of us, we give gratefully, we accept graciously, we absolutely stay in that river, giving from the heart, giving from joy, giving from the experience of love and loving, and just being forever in the flow, knowing that we can never outgive God, that Spirit is forever supplying its creations, and we are that. So giving great thanks for all of the good that is circulating right here in and around and through Vision right now. I am so grateful. I'm so, so thankful. And so it is. Amen. Thank you so much. And so now is usually where I have the Miracle Minute, but I was away, and so I didn't get any Miracle Minutes emailed to me. But here's your job. You want to be conscious, you want to be awake and aware, and when those spontaneous moments where the world around you just, the conditions change, remember it, remark on it, be conscious of it, and then email me about it so that I can share it with the group, because it's a marvelous life that we're living in. It's a wonderful world, and good things are happening around us all the time. We really need to stay conscious of them and count our blessings. And now I think it is time for the last word by Johnny Kirko.
Thanks, band. Thanks, choir. Hello, everybody online. We're continuing our meet and greet. Join us for that. One-on-one prayer is going to be available with a practitioner. I think Michael Leslie's going to be with you today. So join us for that, our community abroad. So those of us who are in the room here today, thank you very much for being here. Enjoy our nice lunch we're going to have. Stick around. We need some help in putting the tables up, but Larry and the group always has some good food for us. And I want to mention next week. So next week is the 4th of July weekend. The 4th is really on Tuesday. But we're going to be doing a barbecue here. And so what we're asking for is if anybody has a barbecue that you have at home that you'd like for us that we could pick up, we will have somebody who will pick up the barbecue and bring it over here. So we have people who are willing to cook. We just don't have the barbecue. So if you want to do that, go see Larry in the kitchen. He'll tell you a little bit more about it, and you can give us the address and all that good stuff. But that will be for next week. So Vision Connections, we're continuing our Vision Connections, which is our small groups. Today, Steve Cooper is going to be getting together with some of the people who are joining us on our small groups in one of the classrooms over there on the side. So get your lunch and come by and see Steve. And if you'd like to be a part of the small groups or find out a little bit more about what we're doing, see Steve Cooper. I'd like to talk to you about that. The Art of Abundance, Reverend Gene Phillips started last week, and it's on Monday evenings. You can still join Reverend Gene's class. It's 4 more weeks left, and it's online. It's a Zoom, and it starts at 6:30, correct? 6:30. So if you want to be a part of that, you can sign up on the website and be a part of Gene's class. Vibe Up Thursday continues. You heard Liz mention that she's vibing up. If you want to be a part of that Thursday evenings, it's at 6:30 as well. She's together in the small classroom over there, the bigger classroom, and she wants you to be and bring your energy. It's going to be, we get together in the room to bring the energy of, end your week up a little bit and with some good vibes, so join Liz for that. On Wednesday evening, we're showing the movie Air right here in our room for movie night. It's the movie about Nike and how Air Jordan got to be who he was and the story behind it, so Michael Jordan and all that, so starts at 7 p.m. Popcorn will be served. Popcorn. Well, this room, all building smells like popcorn when you come, and so be a part of it. Mr. Vandenberg, you have a class starting up. You want to come up and talk about it? Come on up. He's starting up a class next week.
Yes, it's actually the day after the 4th of July. It starts July 5th. It's 8 consecutive Wednesdays. It's the art and science of spiritual mind treatment. And if that just went over your head, this might be really, really good for you. Spiritual mind treatment as a spiritual practice is one of the unique things that Science of Mind brought to the metaphysical table. As a practice, it's a way of applying all 10 of the core concepts of the Science of Mind at once. And it's also our technology, our spiritual technology for intentional manifestation. So this is 8 weeks. This is a certificated course, but spiritual mind treatment as a practice has changed my life so much. I just want everyone to be able to do this for yourself and see for yourself and try it for yourself. So even though it's a certificated class, we've made it so when you sign up for it, you can choose based on where you are today. There's a regular tuition, there's a member tuition, there's a special discount here and there, and there's also a place for you to say, you know, I don't know what I'm going to be able to give, so I'm going to defer my payment and just give what I can when I can. So please don't miss out on the opportunity. It really does change everything.
Thank you, James. Thank you, Mr. Vandenberg. So, be the change. So we're continuing to talk about volunteers here. I'm doing a group thing here right now because, Amelia, I'd like you to go to the next screen for me. We are celebrating today Amelia Ruhr's graduation from high school. And I want you to recognize Amelia, stand up, and give her the applause she deserves for all of the work. Amelia has been a part of Vision since, I don't know, about this high. Literally, I don't know. Brenda, how old was she when she started? 5? Pam, and way younger. Amelia, you see the picture over here? See this little cute kid? Oh my God, she's so cute. Anyway, we love you, Amelia. Thank you very much. She has been part of our youth program. She has gone to camps with CSL. I want to thank Pam and Eric for them and their consciousness of bringing their child and continuing to support that. But Amelia, she's just an amazing human being. We love you, Amelia. She has been a part of working with me in the back and the sound and the video. And because graduation is coming up, I'm going to need a replacement. I don't know how I'm going to do it. But if you want to do that, come and see us, because by the end of August, we won't have any help there anymore, because she's not going to do it from college. And but you know, been part of all kinds of things. And she performed at Christmas with us, did the variety show. Amelia, you have really been fantastic. Thank you for your soul and being here at Vision. So next week, Reverend Patti is back. Her talk title is Conditions change, truth does not. We have Janet Hammer with the house band. Yes, good stuff. I wanted to say about the choir again. So first of all, I want to mention, you see our chair here? This is for our friend Vicki Krause. And love her and miss her. Mitch, we love you too. Vicki was so important to this organization. I was watching a video the other day of her singing at the variety show. What an amazing soul. Love Vicki Krause. She is here with us. She's singing with us from the heavens. Thank you, Vicki, for all you did. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, I'm sorry for getting emotional. So, because emotions is what we do here, I'd like to be Betty Brink up, please.
Well, you ruined it because now I'm emotional. Okay, so you all, James is such a figure in this building. He is a paid choir director, but he gives 400% more than he's ever been paid for. You can't imagine what he gives to the choir, the work he does, and what he puts into it. So, the choir has a gift for James. And I have a little, I just don't know if I could do this now. Okay. Dearest James, you light up our lives. You are the sunshine of our lives. You keep us rocking round the clock and dancing in the moonlight. When we're up here singing, we only have eyes for you. We love you just the way you are, and love will keep us together. We long to be close to you. And to paraphrase Karen Carpenter, every me mamo so fine. In short, we're hopelessly devoted to you. Love you, sweetie.
Well, I would like to bring the practitioners up because we're going to say our affirmations together, and then we're going to pray out, and then the choir's going to sing some more for us. I just love this day. I just love it. I know the practitioners that are you need to stay where you are. I get it. But the other practitioners who are in the congregation, they can step forward. Okay, so we're going to say these affirmations that are here. We're going to say them in truth. We are going to just stand in the truth of them. Everybody up. We're going to ground in it. You know, the feeling of them is just going through your body. You know it. Every cell in your body recognizes it as truth, and we're just going to live it. You ready? You with me? I appreciate all the ways that I am unique. I am the place where God shows up. I always see the good in myself and others. Okay, two. I keep hearing two. Okay, we're going to say two again. I am the place where God shows up. Absolutely, absolutely. Going within one last time here this morning, knowing I am the place where God shows up. You are the place where God shows up. God has no other way of flowing through this life except through us and as us in the world. So we know we demonstrate those qualities of God every time we remember who we are. We remember we are love. We remember our good is our God, and our God is love and life and joy, harmony, unity, wholeness, and peace. And so I know we go out into the world and we just share that and we spread it around and we change lives with this practical spirituality, one life at a time. I give great thanks for all this good, all the good that we are and all the good that we do. I simply let it be, and so it is.